Champions Demise. Yeah, it seems like a fun one. Let's go do that. Backstabbers and Death Pulse, and it's level 34. He got me worried now. Ooh, 900 extra armor for 30 minutes. Hells yeah. Alright, cool. Go ahead. Oh, I kind of like this dungeon sometimes when I don't get massacred in it. Probably shouldn't have said that. I was kind of asking for trouble. Okay, I just received the weapon linking game. I'll just fight this pack to the death, and then I will have a look. Oh god, it's retreating into another pack. Put them over this way a bit. Oh, stop running away! My god! This guy doesn't want me to look at your link. He's working against us. Here we go. The Bone Breaker's Retribution. I'll bring it up on there. If I can move it? Nope, I'm not allowed to move it. Thanks, game. Let's see. Ah, plus damage over time. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if that does work with poison, because poison's got its own separate thing about it. You know, gives you extra poison damage. So I wonder if they are, in fact, two separate effects. So maybe poison can be buffed by both if they've done it that way, or maybe poison has to be done by poison. So it's either going to be a case where you can double dip, and that's going to be awesome. Whoops, I'm typing in the chat instead of pressing buttons to kill people. That is bad. Yeah, it's either going to be a case where you can double dip and make it super duper duper cool, or that, yeah, I'm thinking that it works and then it doesn't work with those kind of effects because they're not tagged in a way that it even works on them. Oh man. Well, now there's a huge gap where I don't know what the answers are going to be, whether it's right or wrong. Yeah, maybe they start poison off so weak and terrible because poison's going to be able to get double dipped buffs. Or maybe poison's just terrible because it's terrible and nothing will fix it. That's really intriguing. Yeah, because I'm thinking like, you know, if there's someone really clever who worked on this, he might think, well, we made baseline bleed good enough so that it only needs to be buffed by one of these things. But poison, you know, we'll let you spec into poison. And poison will be awesome if you gear for it, and if you take twice as much stuff. You have to take damage over time increases and poison increases, and then it will work out. So you have to really invest. Go full hog. I think that's what's made me really appreciate Path of Exile a lot. In Path of Exile, they make sure to word things very, very carefully, because it really matters what it says, not what the intention is behind the item. You follow the lettering to the letter, and generally, 99.9% of the time, it's going to do exactly what it says. Whereas a lot of other video games where the tooltips are just terrible. Like, you'd have no idea what the hell the thing does from the tooltip, because someone not very good wrote it. So it really does depend. Whoa! Dead. I know exactly what that was. That shaman at the back channeled that beam onto the guy that I was fighting that makes him do massive damage in an area around him. This guy, that's the problem. I like that. I like that there are some dangerous enemies and you do need to keep your eyes open. It's just when they're in a massive pack and you don't see them, and they just give you out of nowhere, like this guy's another shaman, and a boss, and at the back of a big pack, and now I'm in trouble. There's another one. Oh god, that was a lightning channel guy. Ouchies. Where's the shaman in here? There you are. Ooh, look out for the Moon Clan. They ain't no pushovers. Oh boy, you know who I'd hate to see right now? The Butcher. I sure hope he doesn't turn up and give me lots and lots of loot. That would be dreadful. Oh, pressing the wrong key on my keyboard. My god. After having a drink, I put my hand back on the 2 key where I thought it was the 1 key. That is not where my heel is. In your status window, damage over time affects all DOTs. Okay. Status window. Damage with poison is 15% at the moment. Damage over time. Huh. Don't have it listed at the moment. Yeah, because I don't currently have an effect with it on, it is just when I am doing damage over time. I gain the 8 primary resource when I dodge. It's not showing up to me because I don't have an item with it on. I think that's what we got to take away from that. Yeah, it's a shame that some of the effects that you get off of legendaries don't appear in the log that way. I don't have a listing for my when I dodge a damage over time gain 8 of that because it's rather a specific thing. I think more generalized things are in that list. I think earlier on, before the game was launching, they were answering people's questions about, can you clarify on what this does? And maybe somebody asked it, like, if poisons count as a damage over time. Level 84 though. 3.3% damage taken over time reduction. Cool. I do hate taking damage over time, so that'd be great for me. That guy's lightning imbued. Let's get these shamans. Oh, cool, you found it. Yeah, that means that ring will be working on poisoned enemies. Oh, that cleared things up for me. I am so thankful. Yeah, so I need to get that that aspect print that I got with 10 on it instead of 8 resource and get that on a new item. Yeah, because with yeah, I don't know about rogues. I'm assuming shadow is a rogue effect, or well, okay, shadow damage. You deal shadow damage as a necromancer, I think. So maybe not even rogue. Oh, it's both of them. Okay, interesting. Yeah. I am looking forward to playing the other guys. Like, I feel like, oh wow, I've learned so much about Druid and some of the different specs of Druid, and then every now and again I forget that there's so much more game out there. There's like a load more guys to play. That's gonna be fun. Oh really? He's done that tier 100 thing. Is that where you go to that thing that killed me? I went into a dungeon and there was no trash. There was just a boss and it was Lilith and she was level 100 and then I died immediately. Is that? That level 100 Lilith made me very, very sad when I walked in and just died immediately for nothing. Oh, that's what that's called. Uber Lilith. Now I have a name to the thing that upset me. I was just like, oh, another capstone dungeon, even though we're in tier 4. I wonder what that's all about. Let's see if I can win it, like, 25, 30 levels early with my bear form. I did not. Oh, there's story for it too. Okay, well don't tell me what the story is, because I definitely don't want to know that. I want to go in it, into it without knowing. But wow, cool. Didn't realize there was some more story to be had. Eh, I'll beat her. That's my thing now. Like, I've decided I'm gonna win that and prove the world wrong. I can do it. I might have to go bear, but I'll do it. I'll win. Yeah. I mean, I've done all the way through the story, sure. I didn't do every side quest yet, but I've done, you know, I've finished the game. There was a big old quest line called Epilogue after the chapters, and I finished it, so there doesn't seem to be anything else for me to do. But yeah, it's weird, like, when people say spoilers, they definitely are talking about specifically the story, but for me, like, a lot of things are kind of, I don't know, I like the term gameplay spoiler as well, like, there was an upcoming game, it was a game with guns, can't remember what one, and there was someone who had played through it before me, or the demo or something or other, or had been reading the information, and he just like, oh, well, these are all the guns are in it. These are the guns that are good. You don't want to bother using any of these other guns, and this is all the top stuff. And I'm just like, well, that was, you know, that was kind of dreadful for me. I kind of wanted to play through the game myself and make up my own mind about what's good, what's bad, and you know what to throw away and what to use. But you've kind of just ruined the whole thing for me. That was a bit of a spoiler. And then he said, well, no, it's not story, so it's not a spoiler. It doesn't count. But it's just like, I know what I meant by that, and it's, you know. Normally I like to just see everything first myself. I don't generally watch trailers to anything either. Yeah, so, I don't know. I just have this thing about playing through the game myself and seeing all the things. Maybe it's a bit weird for other people who still see spoilers as the classic, oh, well, you know, character that dies in Harry Potter was a thing that everyone was saying for a while. Like, as soon as the book was out, people skipped to the, you know, the page 523 where it says, you know, what important characters die, and then yelling out the car window at people who hadn't brought the book yet. And you know, that's one kind of spoiler, but for me the whole anything that happens throughout the entirety of a book knowing beforehand, or the entirety of a game knowing beforehand, is like, that's information I really didn't want until I got there. But yeah, if there's some more story after you kill this level 100 Lilith, I'm so excited about that. I want to see what they have to say about that. Like, that's what's going to happen. Should be interesting. Like, we get a lot of stuff where Loreth says something throughout the whole game where it's like he's writing a journal and he's speaking about the past. He's saying like, oh, at the time we thought we were going to be able to contain the threat by doing this. And I kind of hope we get another one of those scenes where Loreth was... Oh, you just meant that she was from the story. I see. Well, I'd be happy if, you know, if we get some kind of congratulations or something happen after that. But, you know, the battle passes are supposed to time in and coincide with a patch that gives us some more story every time. So I suppose there will be more story. So we'll have to see what happens. Yeah. Ooh, I got the crit shrine guaranteed. Oh my good lord. I can certainly dish out the damage, but I can't take it against those shamans and their beam. There he is. What tier is this? 34. I am doing a tier quite a bit higher than what I've been doing lately. I'm doing alright then. I mean, 2 deaths isn't great, but one of them was just because I had my hand on the keyboard wrong. Yeah, if I had a higher crit chance, that would be me always. But what I did instead was the only pure werewolf capstone at the end is the one that makes it so every 6th attack is a guaranteed crit that does 60% more damage. Which is awesome. So I've been trying to avoid getting crit, and in place of crit I've been trying to get either critical damage or attack speed. If I can proc 6 attacks a lot quicker, that's so much better than getting crit chance. So I actually ended up with a few enchants on items where I replaced a stat I didn't want with more attack speed, and I've been very happy with that so far. Oh no, don't take a nap. My viewer count will go down. Help, police, someone restrain him. I mean, not really. I wouldn't advocate for that. But, yeah, you know, if you want to like take a break, you've kept me company for a great amount of time. Thank you so much again for coming along and talking to me so that I can actually just talk about stuff instead of just constantly relying on whatever's happening on the screen to be my commentary for the game. It has been delightful to have somebody else around. Choke then shoot. Oh my good god, that sounds inhumane. Like what I'm thinking of when you say choke then shoot. My god, that can't be a real thing. Alright, okay. A joke. Oof. Yeah. With some of the stories you hear about America sometimes you do wonder if reality and joke have blurred together sometimes and like, can that be real? That can't be a real thing. Yeah. But yeah, the server didn't go down. The server survived. That guy figured out another way rather than bringing down the game for everybody, so that was cool. And then we stuck around, we had a good chat, and yeah, if you do take a break, then hopefully you'll be back soon.
Decent value.
But if it was just about typing the wrong thing, then totally stay here. We'll just hang out for longer.
This I can sell. I thank you.
Yeah. I mean, this is why the weekends have been kind of interesting for me. Normally I'd game right the way through the weekend, but I've been troubleshooting things, solving things, remembering my passwords for websites that I need for some of this streaming stuff to get everything back to how I used to have it, and it's been interesting having a break between games. It's made me more interested in the games as I've been playing them.
Be wary of bandits. Damn vultures.
Because other than, I think, a couple of test games of Dota 2 to test out streaming from the second computer instead of streaming directly from the first one with some weird stuff, I don't think I've played anything. I've just been rendering all the videos. Encoding all the videos. Rather than rendering. I think rendering, you have to be doing something 3D. I found having a second PC better for doing some of these things. Like, you don't even run the streaming program if you want to stream off a second PC. You just have to have it open. And the second PC can read off your first PC's screen and then do all of the number crunching itself. It's really bizarre. It's like having a capture card without physically having one. You send the data from your screen to the other screen through the network, and I was just like, this is some magic. You didn't used to be able to do this in my day. So yeah, I wasn't even clicking go, start, stream, or record, or anything on the first computer. It's strange. But I had to get the quality right, because I wasn't going to have my stream go down in quality at all from it, and as I turned the quality up it was starting to skip, so I had to do these test recordings to see what was happening, and